Hi, this is Emily Leiphart of Art from the Heart, and in this video I'm sharing a card for my Favorite Things Wednesday Sketch Challenge. I'm thrilled to be the December guest designer for the Sketch Challenge. I'll be using 3 of the new products from yesterday's release. First, I'm going to stamp out a few of the images onto masking paper. These are from the stamp set called Our Story. This has to be my new all-time favorite because I love reading. There's a girl and a boy in this set, plus a cat and dog, so it covers everything. I'm going to create masks for all of these images so I can create one unique scene, which I'll cut out as a single piece. This piece will be that pink triangle in the sketch. Once all the masks are cut out, I assemble my scene to determine placement of all the elements. Then I put everything into my mini MISTI for stamping. I use the masks as a guide for placement of the stamps, remove the masks, and stamp the images one at a time. The masks also help me remember which images I have to stamp first to get the overlapping just right. The images that appear in the foreground will always be stamped first, since the objects in the background will be partly hidden in real life. The cat is stamped first, then the girl in the chair, then the side tables, and finally the books and coffee mug. I use all of the masks multiple times to protect the images that have already been stamped. After the scene has been stamped, I color it with Copic markers. This process has been sped up 20 times to save you from boredom. I kept the colors natural and a bit Christmassy, since I'll be giving this to my friend for Christmas. I stamped the mug a bit too high off the table. I just used a dark gray Copic marker to draw in a coaster. Now I'm fussy cutting the entire scene as one piece. It was quite the feat getting into those tiny spaces between each of the elements in the scene, but I did it. And of course the perfectionist in me has to remove the voids that would occur naturally, like the triangle above the cat and the hole in the handle of the mug. To create the scalloped portion of the sketch, I'm going to use the stitched triple peekaboo window edge to dry emboss the left-hand edge of the card base. I put rubber embossing mats between my cardstock and the cutting plate, then run it through my Big Shot. I love the look of dry embossing with dies. Next, to form the rectangular frame in the sketch, I'm going to use the 2 largest of the double-stitched rectangle stacks and run them through my die cutting machine together. Here's a quick look at how the image looks in the frame. Next, I'm going to partially dry emboss with the star grid cover-up. This is a die, but I'm going to use the rubber embossing mats again and only dry emboss half of this panel. I want to keep the bottom half of it flat for stamping the sentiment below the scene. I measure the frame and trim the dry embossed panel, then adhere it to the back of the frame with score tape. Now I can stamp the sentiment at the bottom of this panel. I wanted an additional pop of red and thought this glitter cardstock would do the trick, elevating the card to a level of festiveness. I used the same stitched triple peekaboo window edge that I used to dry emboss the details on the card base and cut a strip that would match up with the dry embossed curves. I also wanted a contrast, so I trimmed a piece of black cardstock to cover the right-hand side of the card base. I used score tape to attach the glitter cardstock and trim off the excess. Then I adhere the front panel and pop up the image with foam tape. I used my Wink of Stella brush pen to add shimmer to the red parts of the image, and my card is done. Thanks so much for joining me at the Wednesday Sketch Challenge this week. I hope to see you again next week. Please refer to the supply links below if you're interested in any of the products I used in this video. You can also visit my blog for stills and more information about my card. Thanks so much for watching!